Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So I just got done watching Team Liquid against Cloud9, and I just wanted to hop on and make a video because I've been tweeting about it a lot and everyone's kind of throwing out hot takes, opinions, reactions, all that stuff. And I was doing my own of that, and I really have been throughout the whole year for Team Liquid. I have been down on them. I've been disappointed in them. I've been up on them because I see their potential and they're so fun to watch. And it's a lot of players that I really like. I really like as both players, personalities, leaders, everything. I think what they're doing for the LCS is cool in a lot of ways, but they just haven't been that good. Obviously, they fell short in spring, despite the fact that they were good in the regular season and into the playoffs. They end up finishing third, but hey, third's good enough for Worlds or whatever. But now coming into summer, it doesn't seem like they're a top 3 team in the LCS right now. It really doesn't, which gets us thinking like, hey, is this team going to Worlds? Like, they really might not. This team is, in a lot of ways, like the fanatic of the LCS. They were supposed to be a super team. They did okay in spring. They flamed out in the playoffs, and they really haven't been the same since. Now, Team Liquid hasn't necessarily been as bad as Fnatic, I guess, but they've maybe been close. And all of that train of thought eventually got me to here, and it got me to thinking about Bjergsen and his retirement. Obviously, he was a coach last year. He didn't want to be in pro play anymore. He maybe wanted to get to the next stage of his career. I don't know, who knows what the exact reason for why he ended up retiring was. But now he's back, and he didn't know how long he was going to be back for. He didn't make a commitment. He never said like, hey guys, now I'm back for good. He said he was going to see how it went. He said he was going to see how it felt. He said he was going to see how it goes. And one concern of mine and some other people out there is that, hey, if Team Liquid continues to struggle through the rest of 2022, if they do bomb out of the playoffs, if they do miss Worlds, might Bjergsen retire again? Could this be a short-lived return to professional play? I don't know, but I think it's a fair question. So I tweeted out this. This was right after the Cloud9 game. This was like as Cloud9 was destroying the Nexus. I tweeted out, hey, I don't understand why TL is bad, but they are. I don't understand how TL finds a way to lose every game, but they do. It doesn't make sense that TL is going to miss Worlds, but they are, and that's kind of what got this going, and that ultimately led to this reply here from Lake Davies, Team Liquid Lake. He says, funny thing is, it's literally everyone but Bjerg. I feel bad for him because he's going to continue after this year if they don't win LCS or make it out of group. So I did think that was spicy. And yeah, is Bjergsen going to retire? Is he done? I'm not sure. Now, what is kind of controversial about this is, Lake says, hey, funny thing is, it's literally everyone but Bjerg. But when I read comments on my videos and on my tweets and on some of the polls and stuff I put out, there's a ton of Bjergsen flame. There's a ton of flame going towards Bjergsen and Santorin. And I personally think it is very, very misguided. Now, if you look at these stats, this is 13 games into the LCS season. This is, I guess we'll start in the mid lane. We can see that Bjergsen is number 1 for all mid laners in terms of KDA. Now, hey, you can say, oh, he's just a KDA player. Like, oh, whatever. Who cares if you have good KDA? And, okay, well, he actually has the most kills of any mid laner while also having the least deaths. I mean, I don't really think that's a KDA player. It seems like he's getting kills, not dying. He's putting his team in advantageous situations a lot. You can also see, hey, kill participation. He has the highest kill percentage participation of any mid laner. So again, that's not necessarily a KDA player. He's getting in a huge chunk of his team's kills, more so than any other mid laner in the LCS. Kill share, he's the highest. Death percentage, he's the lowest. The one thing is he's not being part of a ton of First Bloods, but, 13 games in, First Bloods, that's a really small sample size. I don't know. If you're getting a lot of First Bloods, it's a good thing, but it's hard to base anything off of. Goal difference at 10. We can see Bjergsen has the highest goal difference at 10 of any mid laner. XP differential, he is also the highest. I don't know why I can't talk. But then we also have Bjergsen with the second highest CSD, only behind Jojo Pune. So, he seems to be doing good there. And also if we go to damage per minute, he's the second highest damage per minute mid laner in the LCS. So he has the KDA, he has the kills, he has the kill participation, he has the laning stats, he has the damage per minute stats. Now, maybe some people should say, oh, well, he can be doing more or he should be doing more or whatever. That's a reach for me. I really don't agree with that. If we sort by everything, we can see that he has the, fourth most kills in the LCS. He's tied with Whippo and Johnson for fourth most. He's only behind FBI, Inspired, and Danny. And in terms of KDA, he's second only behind Inspired, who's about to win LCS MVP. Like, Bjergsen's stats are absolutely S tier. He is statistically the best mid laner in the LCS right now. And again, he's always been kind of controversial. A lot of people blame his team's, lack of success over his career on him. People say they play slow, boring, bad because of Bjergsen or whatever. But he is showing up. He is doing damage. He is getting stuff done in the early game. He's getting stuff done. And again, maybe you want him to do more. Maybe with his huge gold leads, he should be carrying more often or whatever. But hey, at some point, his team needs to help him as well. And obviously, there's a whole meme of, hey, Bjergsen and his teammates and wards, and that's his whole career, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. It's rough when you see Core JJ out of form as he's been in 2022. Han Sama as out of form as he's been in 2022. Whippo as inconsistent as he's been. And Santorin, who's good, but he's just meh. He's not ever insane. He's not ever nasty. I don't ever watch a TL game and I'm like, oh my God, Santorin is so good. Yes, this team on paper is insanely stacked. It's insanely talented. But yes, right now, it seems like they may be on a path to not go to Worlds. We go to my profile, and I also tweeted out this. Team Liquid, first week, 3-0. They beat Immortals, Dignitas, and C9 with subs. Easiest week one you could possibly imagine, and they went 3-0. Since then, they are 5-5. They are a 500 team. And then you have EG, who's been good the whole year. You have 100 Thieves, who's been better than them in the summer split. And then you have C9, who, with their main roster, C9's 7-2, 8-2, something like that. C9 has looked like one of the best teams in the LCS with their main roster, and they're coming off a win against Team Liquid. I don't think there's any way right now that you can say Team Liquid is favored to go to Worlds or likely to go to Worlds. Now, it is possible. This team's very stacked. Playoff Bjergsen, playoff Core, Han Sama in big games and moments, Whippo in big games and moments. A lot of these players step up. A lot of these players rise to the occasion. But right now, with how things are going, Team Liquid is going to need something serious to change over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks for them to go to Worlds. And even if that does happen, it still might not be enough because there are some decent teams ahead of them. EG just made the semifinals at MSI. 100 Thieves, they won a couple of games at Worlds last year. C9, they got out of groups at Worlds last year. And I think a lot of people think that this Cloud9 roster right now has maybe more potential or a higher ceiling or is going to be better than that C9 team was last year. I'm not exactly sure, but no matter what, there's at least a decent chance that TL will not be going to Worlds. And again, let's just say, hypothetically, we're living in that world. What would Bjergsen do? Would he be done or not? Because this guy doesn't need money. Hey, he loves the game now that it's back in person. He said he loves being in front of the fans, that rush, you can't pass that up. But also, like I said, he has the money. He's done everything. He's won the championships. He's gone to all the international events. He's gotten out of groups at Worlds before. He's gone to MSI before. Now, yeah, I'm sure he would love to make a deep run at Worlds or make a deep run at MSI and make it to a World Semis or a World Final or an MSI Final or do some of this stuff. But when he comes back and he sees, damn, this is the most stacked roster I've ever played with. This is one of the most stacked rosters on paper in LCS history. And it's still not good enough. We're not getting it done. I'm putting all this blood, sweat, and tears, hours into this. And I don't have to. I can go do anything else I want. I can stay in the game as a coach, analyst. I can do anything else in life that I want. Maybe this is what Bjergsen wants to do. But again, he's lost the itch before. He's wanted to get out of the game before for some reason. And once that thought gets into some people's heads of hey, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, he came back. But we also saw this with Doublelift before, where Doublelift, retired, then came back, then kind of got burnt out and didn't really want to play spring splits, and then he ends up retiring, and then he's coming back and forth. Once you get that wishy-washy going, it's possible for it to come back again. Now, hey, I think Bjergsen is playing well. I don't think this is the peak of Bjergsen's career or anything like that, but I think he's playing well and probably still ramping up after taking last season off. So I hope Bjergsen sticks around. I think the LCS is better with Bjergsen, but I also know he's had a long career and playing in esports, especially League of Legends esports with the constant patches, the constant scrims. You got to think about the game, play the game, all the different matchups, all the different champions. There's so many champions in the game now. There's crazy patches every year, all this different stuff going on. Competitive League of Legends is an absolute grind. And once you've been doing it for this long and you're getting older, you have money, you have a million different things going on in life and things that you could be doing in life and all this, I wouldn't blame Bjergsen if he wanted to be done. But again, TL was supposed to be insane. TL, they spent all the money, they had all the players to do something crazy. And if they miss Worlds, then 2022 is going to be such a massive disappointment. It's such a shock to everyone's system. I'm sure Bjergsen didn't come to TL thinking, hey guys, I hope we make Worlds, but if we don't, that's okay. I'm sure he was like, no, we're going to Worlds. We're going to do something crazy. will he maybe want to rethink things? Will he maybe want to retire? Will he maybe want to call it quits? Or is he down to, because if TL doesn't make Worlds, they're probably going to rebuild. They're probably going to blow this up. They're probably going to make some big changes. Is he willing to be a part of that whole, crazy rebuilding process or whatever? Would he maybe go to another team? Does he want to go through free agency again? I don't know. But all of a sudden, if Team Liquid keeps looking like they are now, this offseason for them is going to be very, very spicy of what are they going to do with their whole team? Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? And then things are going to be crazy for Bjergsen as well, because if he wants to leave, he's going to have every option open for him. If he wants to stay, he's probably going to be able to demand for TL to go get anybody he wants, but he's also going to be able to retire. And all of a sudden, this has to become a very, very real question, because like I said, we don't know if TL is going to Worlds all of a sudden. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.